Why is accountability so important? If you look at almost any area of life, there are tools, mechanisms, processes, and systems centered around the singular idea of accountability. Take politics, for example. Politicians love to make promises, but they also love to break those promises. If the people aren't happy with the politician, they can kick him out by the ballot or sometimes by the bullet, like what they did recently in Zimbabwe. If you look at the business world, if a company breaks the law, like a holiday resort dumping human waste into a major river, that company could be sued, shut down, lose profits, or could get fined by the government. In all these situations, accountability was at play. It keeps people, businesses, and governments in check so they do what they promised. Accountability is meant to protect all of us, but it doesn't work all the time for everyone. Let me explain. In Malawi, most communities access their water through handpumps that are installed by drilling companies who are often paid by NGOs who often get their money from big, powerful foreign donor agencies. Drilling companies drill new wells, usually without government supervision. Communities celebrate, donors and NGOs fly in and take pictures for annual reports that no one ever reads. Then they leave, believing they have helped the community they've left behind. But have they? A growing pool of evidence is showing that hand pumps break down long before the expiry date, sometimes within 2 years. One key reason for this is poor construction. That is, the drilled holes aren't deep enough, which could lead to dry wells during the summertime. It is not uncommon to find that well depth in drilling reports don't match the actual depth of the well on site. So basically, when the communities received the hand pump, they were receiving a long-term liability, a bad product. And communities have to bear the maintenance cost of these failed wells. But when NGOs are queried about why hand pumps break down, if you're lucky to find those NGOs, you often hear, "It is the community's responsibility to fix them. We did our part." And these NGOs keep getting more and more funding. Is this fair? But who should be held accountable for these failed wells? Is it the government that's considered by many to be too weak to enforce its own laws? Is it the donor who pressurizes the NGO to drill? Or is it the NGO who worships the donor and tells the donor what they think the donor wants to hear? Or is it the drilling company who is forced to cut corners to make profit and stay in business? Accountability is complex, I know, but we have to start somewhere. Here are 2 ideas to help us get started. Number 1, raising awareness. Some people are simply in the dark when it comes to Malawi's water laws. This is where the government and NGOs can work together to raise awareness about Malawi's water laws and their implications for communities, drilling companies, and NGOs across the country. Number 2, tracking performance. We need a management information system to help track the functionality performance of water investments by donor, NGO, and drilling company. This will give us a basis for rewarding good performers, that is, compliant NGOs get more funding and good drillers get more business, while bad performers are publicly blacklisted. Accountability works in politics and in business. Why not in Malawi's water sector? If we remain silent, indifferent, or keep our heads in the sand, we may be sitting on a potential crisis of our own making, but whose costs will be borne by the rural communities everyone claims to be helping. It's now or never. It can't wait.